Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's Elliott Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. Let's get right into it. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the setups for the past week, how they played out, and then we're going to look at how what we're expecting of the market going into the new week. All right, before we get started, those that have not already subscribed to our channel, you can do so at our YouTube channel, Trading Waves. You can give us a like and also hit that bell notification button so that next time we upload a video, you get an alert. Right, so our next course, guys, starts on the 29th of November. That is the last course of the year. You can get more details about the course on our website. And as for the details about the website, you'll find those under the description of all our videos. Under any of our videos on the descriptions, you'll find the links to our website, elliottwave-principle.com. That's how you will make a booking for your next course, as well as other subscriptions there. Also check out our social media pages. We do a lot of updates on a daily basis, showing what we're expecting of the market and doing some market updates there. You can check out our Twitter as well as our Facebook social media pages listed on the website. Right, so let's get started. How did the week play out? Let's just have a look at some of the few trade setups that we had in the week. Let's start with US dollar CHF. So this was the chart on US dollar CHF. So I want to start with the US dollar CHF because we have had this one about 2 weeks back as our trade of the week. Right, so let's have a look at this one. So we had US dollar CHF trade of the week. At this point here, we actually focused it from here that we're going to get to this level and we're going to get a move to the downside. We're already below 92.92 level as far as US dollar CHF is concerned. This is how it is playing out. Let's have a look here on US dollar CHF. Right, so that is US dollar CHF. That is how it is playing out. So chart of the week was when we had it here. We wanted it to push up here. We had it, so you can just check out the previous charts of the week. So talking about the chart of the week, you can check out the last week's chart of the week before it goes off on the website. We will be updating it at the end of today. So just check that one out. So we've got this move to the downside. What are we expecting going forward into the new week as far as US dollar CHF is concerned? We're expecting continuation to the downside. Okay, so that is the structure. We're expecting that to continue into the week as well. You'll see why we're expecting US dollar CHF to continue with the weakness, as because we're expecting some weakness on the DXY as well. Right, so that is a US dollar CHF, expect continuation to the downside. Let's run through some of this here. So that was a US dollar CHF. Now we had so this one is showing us the specific trade setup after the chart of the week. There is still US dollar CHF. So this is what members get with the entries as well as stop, as well as take profit area. As you can see, this trade is already underway. It is playing out pretty nicely. So let's see how this is updated there. Let's have a look at US dollar CHF. That's the chart. That's actually the actual trade setup. So there's a difference between forecasting. We can focus that this is going to make a move to the downside, but where do you enter? Where do you time the market? So you can see here, we entered the market here, moves a bit into the stop, but we are in profit and we are still expecting this to come and hit our target. Almost 100% win rate in the past week, and that is on trades that have been executed only in the week. So you'll see as we go along here. Let's have a look. There was a US dollar CHF, a very nice one there. Let's have a look at the rest. So next one was pound AUD. So you guys remember pound AUD about 2 weeks back, where we focused it that we wanted it to reverse here from the blue box. So there was 2 options here to get it from the blue box, to get it here. So we were looking for this one to continue to the downside here. That is pound AUD, a very interesting one, played out inch perfect. Let's have a look at the chart after. Right, so that is the chart after. So as I've said, the chart of the week from last week is going to be updated today. So please check out also the video. We also did a video on last week's chart of the week. You can check that out on our channel, Pound CAD. It is Pound CAD video on our channel. You can check it out there. So this is how pound AUD has played out. Inch perfect entry, painless trade, not once did it move into a stop. So it's one of those painless trades. As you can see, this is still continuing to the downside. We still expect continuation to the downside into the week as well. So that was a nice one on pound Audi. Right, pound chief. Here's another one, trade setup. As I've said, in this week, we've had almost 100% win rate on trades executed. Look at that here into the blue box. We're looking for this to continue to the downside. How is this playing out now? If you go look at your charts, you will see that US dollar, rather pound chief, is already dropping from the blue box. We're already a couple of hundred pips into profits on that one. We're looking at for this to continue to the downside into the week as well. That was pound chief. Right. Audi US dollar, look at this one. Look at this entry here on Audi US dollar, goes and hits profits spectacularly, painless trade as well. So let's have a look at how this one is playing out. That was US dollar chief, as you can see, pinpointed from the blue box, looking for this to continue to the upside, hits target spectacularly, makes a move to the upside. Where are we today? We are around here. We're looking for this one to continue like this and continue to the upside. We'll do that shortly when we start with the analysis. That is Audi US dollar, an inch perfect setup there. Look at New Zealand as well. Trade setup, trade executed. Members get this entry showing where to put your stop as well as exit area. So there's a move. We're looking for this one to go hit 71.7171, which it has done so spectacularly, as you see here. So that is the difference between forecasting as well as executing. So here, as you can see, this was the entry here, goes into the stop area and makes a move to the upside, hits target spectacularly. Beautiful trade on New Zealand US dollar as well as Audi US dollar, as you can see there. Right, Euro US dollar, we've got an entry on Euro US dollar. You will detail shortly why we're expecting Euro US dollar to make a move from here. As you can see, Euro US dollar is currently around these levels now and is currently making another corrective structure. We expect it to continue to the upside, and that is what we have on Euro US dollar. Let's have a look at how this is playing out. We'll do an update shortly when we start with the market updates. Right, so this is Euro US dollar. That was your entry. Still not far, still very low here. We're still expecting this to continue to the upside there. So the indications in the structure is showing us that we're going to have some upside in the coming week as well, as far as Euro US dollar is concerned. Right, so that was Euro US dollar. How is that playing out? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the chart after. Did we look at that? Yes, we did. Right, so that was Euro US dollar. Let's have a look at gold. So gold structure, we looked at this one to be giving us a pullback and making a move to the upside here. As follow, rather, this is silver, my apologies. 1, 2, 3, expecting this one to make a move to around that level. Let's have a look at how this has played out on silver. In spectacular fashion, goes and hits target, as you can see from the blue box, goes to 23.40, even though we're now on our way to the upside, but our target was modest at 23.40 and it has been hit. Right, so that was silver. Platinum. So if you remember platinum, we had this setup where we were looking for this to come into the blue box here and make a push to the upside. Where are we now with platinum? Has made already this corrective structure, and we are currently around 45, 10.45 on platinum. That trade setup has played out well. That's platinum. Let's have a look at that. So this is where we are. That was the blue box area. And we're currently at 10.45. Looks like it's going to be a continuation pattern for more upside as far as platinum is concerned into the week as well. Right, so that is platinum. So those are the setups for the week. I'm not going to go through everything. There are some that we're going to look at as we go with the market analysis. That is mostly on the cross pairs. So let's go through the market analysis and go through all these charts. What do we expect going forward into the week? Let's start with the DXY. So the DXY, let's start with a bigger structure here. So as you all know, the structure we've been looking at on the DXY for a while now, for weeks, since the beginning of the year, we were looking for this structure to build up as follows. So if you look at that structure, that is an ABC corrective structure. and we're not just picking it up from the middle of nowhere. This is part of a bigger corrective structure. Okay, so let's have a look at ABC. What are we looking for? We're looking for the DXY to reverse from these levels. So why are we looking for it to reverse? Because that is where our blue box is currently at this level. It has been tested, and we're now looking for this to make a reversal. Okay, so why are we looking at that? So we're looking at this one to be a diagonal, like a leading diagonal. This is a leading diagonal here. It's a leading diagonal here. And this is 5 waves here. I'll show you the 5 waves just now. Let's show this one. So here you only have 5 waves. You don't have a diagonal. Let's have a look here. You've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 within the diagonal. You've got your A, B, C there. You've got wave 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look at this. Just wanna do this one properly. So you've also got this one as wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for this one to complete the wave 5 here. Okay, so we're looking for this to have completed the wave 5 around this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 to have completed at this level. Okay, let me just show you the level here. So this is the wave 5. So we're expecting this to have completed its 5 waves and for this one to start the reversal. Okay, so that's what we're looking at here on the DXY. Has that been confirmed? We'll be looking at this one here in the 4 hour. We're looking for that to continue to the downside into the week. Let's see how that plays out into the new week. So that is what we'll be looking at there. That structure here on the DXY, we could have a corrective structure here and a continuation to the downside. Let's see how that plays out. If we get that confirmation for continuation to the downside, that means the move would have started. Euro US dollar, as you've seen with the trade setup, we're already expecting this to make a continuation to the upside. Looking for this on the 4 hour to do a similar structure, but the inverse of the DXY. Looking for this to continue to the upside into the week. Euro US dollar structure is also similar to what we're looking at the DXY, except that it is just the inverse. As you can see, exactly the same structure, A, B, C corrective structure. Is this the start of the wave to the upside, of the 5th wave to the upside? So that is what we're looking at on Euro US dollar. If I just show you the daily chart here on the Euro, just to see why we're looking for that to reverse there. Let's have a look at the US dollar pairs. Show you on the Euro, on the daily. This is the structure. This is the wave 4 that you're seeing here, that 3-wave structure that I was showing you. As I was saying, this is not, we're not just picking it up on the middle of the nowhere. You can see that there's an analysis of the whole historical chart. So we're looking for this one to reverse here for more upside. That is the Euro as well as the DXY, showing us similar structures. So DXY daily as well, showing us that we've got this structure here. We're looking for this to continue to the downside. Okay, so that's what we have on the DXY as well as the Euro. So we're expecting some weakness on the DXY and strength obviously on Euro US dollar and all the pairs against the US dollar. Pound US dollar, what we're expecting this to make a continuation to the upside into the week, only because we are seeing weakness in the US dollar and the DXY. We're going to be expecting this to make a continuation to the upside. Last week, you saw how we forecasted this one from here, looking for this to make a move to the upside. So the structure on pound US dollar is this one here. So we'll be looking for pound US dollar to give us this structure. There's a possibility we reach this level here, then that is going to be an expanding flat. We're going to have this one as 3 waves down, W here, 3 waves up here, X, and we look for this one to come here, then we go for another Y. So still looking for this to make a push to the upside before coming down here. That is a pound US dollar. US dollar CAD, we're expecting a reaction, at least a 3-wave pullback here. So we may get a similar structure here as far as US dollar is US dollar CAD is concerned. Similar structure as that, a 3-wave pullback like that before continuation to the upside. So we're looking at that as a pullback and then continuation to the downside. US dollar CHF, you've already seen this one during trade recaps that we focused that it's going to continue to the downside. We're expecting that to continue to the downside. Okay, looking for this one to just give us a pullback and continue trading lower. Right, that is US dollar CHF. You've seen US dollar AUDUSD trade setup from here. We are now here. We've already exited the trade, but we're looking for this one to pull back and make a continuation to the upside. Similarly, New Zealand US dollar. We saw this one during trade recaps as well. We've got our trade here on the New Zealand US dollar. We are currently here. What are we expecting? We're expecting this to make a pullback in 3 and make a continuation to the upside into the new week. That's what we're looking at there. US dollar ZAR making an interesting structure. Let's have a look at US dollar ZAR structure here. Now, if you look at that US dollar structure, I'm just going to compress it so you can see we made a pulsing move to the downside, but we've got another pulsing move to the upside, and the 3-wave structure here looks like US dollar ZAR is going to come around these levels, so we can get a structure possibly like this one before we make a continuation to the upside. So this one here could be a WXY corrective structure. So we could be in a corrective structure for some time here as far as US dollar ZAR is concerned. We can have that one looking like that. We can have this one looking like that there. That will be the B wave within the XABC. So look for this to go and retest the recent highs at 1540. That is US dollar ZAR. We'll make a decision at that level as to what to expect going forward. Yen pairs are all just doing the same things, pullbacks all around. It's pullbacks all around as far as the US dollar, rather the yen pairs are concerned. We're just looking for this and continuation to the upside. Let's show you what that looks like as far as our forecast into the week. These are the latest chart. I would have liked to show you this before they updated, but unfortunately we've already done the updates for the weekend. Let's have a look at the yen pairs and what we expect going into the new week. Pound yen. So pound yen, we're simply, like I said, we are simply looking for this to make a pullback here and continue to the upside into the week, right? So that is pound yen, what we're expecting of US dollar yen, same thing. So let's have a look at those. I'm just going to show you what we're forecasting for the week. We're looking for this. This corrective structure may be deeper than what we're forecasting. We can get something like this. We can get something like this before they push to the upside. But for now, that's the forecast that we have. We're looking for simply 3-wave structures here. The upside may just be a reaction here before we get this move to the upside, but let's watch that into the week. But otherwise, all around yen pairs looking for those 3-wave pullbacks after the rally from last week. So we're simply looking for this continuation of the current corrective structure to the downside before the reversal all around. This is euro yen. CHF yen, let's have a look at CHF yen as well. All of them doing exactly the same thing. So, but we're expecting that correction to continue into the week as well, and then continuation to the upside. That was CHF yen. Look at AUD and New Zealand. Let's have a look at AUD yen. Same thing. All of them doing the same thing. We're looking for that. Okay, that is AUD yen as well as New Zealand yen. Nothing new. All of them showing us pullbacks after these big rallies last week. Right. That is New Zealand yen. And lastly, on the yen pairs, CAD yen. I'm just doing them for completeness sake, but they're all just the same. Okay, I could have just analyzed one and said we are looking for pullbacks across all the yen pairs into the week. Right, let's go into the commodities. Right, so let's have a look at let's just clean this up a bit. Those that are looking for the crypto webinar, you can check the video out on our channel. And if you're watching live, that crypto webinar will be done immediately after this. Right, so those are the yen pairs. Let's have a look at the commodities. So we're looking at gold here. If you look at gold, let's have a look here. So gold, we're looking for this move to be a corrective one and continue to the downside. Okay, this looks corrective. We're looking for an impulse actually from here after the 3-wave pullback. Let's show you what the 3-wave pullback was. So after the 3-wave pullback here on gold, we're looking for this one to push up higher with an impulse, but this looks pretty corrective at this stage. So we may be getting a corrective structure here on gold as follows. But the move should still bias to the upside, especially with a weaker DXY into the week. We may see gold push a little bit higher. You have seen the trade set up on silver where we focused at 23.20. So you can see silver is still bullish, so we'll expect silver to continue the bullish move to the upside together with gold. So a pullback on silver and continuation to the upside. Platinum, we've already seen the trade set up on this one. We'll be looking for this one to make an expanding flat here possibly, or a running flat, and make a continuation to the upside. Right, so that is platinum Brent crude oil showing continuation to the upside. No sign of reversal as yet as far as Brent crude is concerned. This is showing us a 4-hour setup for continuation to the upside. So we should be seeing a 90 level pretty soon as far as Brent crude oil is concerned. Continuation to the upside. Pound AUD, you've already seen this one during trade recaps. So our target is modest around these levels here. We still expect it to continue to go and hit our target. Okay, so that is Pound AUD, continuation to the downside. As far as Pound New Zealand is concerned, it's also showing us continuation to the downside. Let's have a look at this structure here on Pound New Zealand. If you remember last week, we showed this WXY corrective structure, 1, 2, 3. That is going to come into the blue box and continue to the downside. So the forecast on this one was from here, expecting this to go there and come down. And that move is still in play. This is now pulling back. We're still going to see continuation to the downside. Okay, let me see here if I can show you the structure. This is a textbook example of how to trade a WXY corrective structure like a pro. If you like to learn that, you can check that on our video. We've put the link on the description of the channel. You can watch that video. That is a very, very nice way of explaining how to trade WXY, or WXYXZ like a pro. Right, let's have a look at Pound New Zealand. Okay, 4 hour. So I want you to see it on the 1 hour here. Let's have a look at I've opened Pound AUD. I wanted you to see Pound New Zealand on the 1 hour. So a textbook example of how to trade WXYXZ like a pro on New Zealand. This is it. This is one of those trades that just cannot fail. You just cannot get it wrong. So when you've got a structure like this, you know one way or another, it will play out to the direction that you're focusing on. This is why we have Pound New Zealand coming to the downside, as well as Pound AUD coming to the downside, because of that structure. So that is a Pound New Zealand. Pound CAD continues lower. It's currently Pound CAD, we're actually expecting a 3-wave pullback at current levels. So this was our chart of the week. You can also refer to the video that we've posted explaining what we're expecting of Pound CAD. We're expecting a continuation to the upside, that at least that 3-wave pullback as far as Pound CAD is concerned. All right. Right, let's have a look. I was just reading the chat box. Please just remind me that as soon as I am done with the webinar here. So Pound CAD, pullback and continuation to the downside. Pound CHF, you've already seen this one. It's playing out pretty well. This is our trade setup from the blue box. It's coming down here. Look for a 3-wave pullback before continuation to the downside on Pound CHF. Euro pound, let's go to the euro pairs. So euro pound, we're going to have a 3-wave pullback here before continuation to the downside. Euro New Zealand, as you've seen, we're already expecting Pound New Zealand to continue lower. Euro New Zealand is also making a 3-wave pullback. We'll expect it to continue to the downside as follows. Euro AUD, just like Pound AUD, is making a 3-wave pullback. 1, 2, 3. We'll expect this to continue lower. All right, so that is a Euro AUD, EURCAD continuation to the downside. We've got a bit of a pullback, similar to what we're expecting of Pound CAD. You can see that the EURCAD is going to do the same as well. We're going to have that move. So that trade of the week from last week, guys, looks very likely to play out. So check it out, check the video as well. All right, that is what we have on EURCAD, EURCHF. Obviously, because Pound CHF is pushing lower, we've got this 3-wave pullback here. That's the focus from last week. Expect this to continue to the downside. We're still expecting that to continue lower. All right, so let's have a look at the crosses. So let's have a look at some of the charts here on the crosses and what we expected here. Let's scroll up. Okay, I'm not going to do them in order, but let's go through some of the crosses and what we expected and what we expect going forward. Let's start with New Zealand CHF. So New Zealand CHF, if you remember, this corrective structure has come and played out with an 11 swing sequence here. It's 11 swings, W, X, Y, X, and a Z. After that, we expected that to continue to the upside. How did that play out? Let's have a look at how that played out. This is a New Zealand chart before, and that is after. So I want to show you what we expect going forward there. So we've made that move. We've got that move to the upside. We are now pulling back. We're still expecting this to continue to the upside into the new week. All right, so that is what we have on New Zealand CHF, New Zealand CAD. The forecast on New Zealand CAD, we expected this to make this pullback to this level. We are around this level now. Let's have a look. Simply looking for that ABC corrective structure there. How is it playing out? There is your structure. That's your A. That's the B that we were looking for. And now we're looking for this to continue to the downside. All right. Audi New Zealand, I want you to see the forecast here. So we're looking for this corrective structure on Audi New Zealand. Where are we now? We've made a move down here. We're currently consolidating around these levels. We're looking for this to continue lower. Let's have a look at Audi New Zealand and how it's playing out. Audi New Zealand. Right, so we've got that drop as expected. We've got the pullback here. Is that all that we're going to get? We're expecting this to continue to the downside as forecasted. Inch perfect forecast on the crosses. Right, so those are the crosses. There's also AUDJPY. Let's have a look at AUDJPY. So AUDJPY, we're expecting this one to make a continuation to the upside here. As it is now, we are currently around this level on AUDJPY. We expect that to continue to that level. That's what we have there on AUDJPY. Look at that, as forecasted, makes a move to around this level. We're still expecting this to continue to the upside into the new week as well. Right, so those are the crosses. Let me see if I missed any of the cross pairs here. But what I've shown there is the chart before and how it's playing after, and also that after chart is showing you what we're expecting into the new week. So that was Audi New Zealand, AUDCAD. Did we look at AUDCAD? Let's have a look here. Yes, AUDCAD, we're looking for continuation to the upside here, pullback and continuation to the upside. And that will cover the crosses. We didn't cover the CADJPY. So CADJPY looks like an expanding flat. We'll expect this to continue to the upside. Because oil is still strong and still pushing up higher, we'll expect it to continue up higher. Let's go to the indices. So about a couple of weeks back, we forecasted the 3-wave pullback on the indices, that we're going to have that and continue to the upside. It looks like we're starting up here with a 5-wave move. Looks like we are in the third wave here. Look for consolidation at current highs and for continuation to the upside. Okay, so they all have these 3-wave structures, 1, 2, 3, and upside here. So look for 1-hour setups to break to the upside here. So if they're consolidating at that level, showing us that that's going to push to the upside. So look for 1-hour setups. Okay, so you can find something like this, a 3-wave structure here. You need to know how to confirm a complete corrective structure in order to confirm that that's going to continue to the upside. That is the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial, same. Let's show that on the 4-hour. 1 hour looks pretty much broken. So the Dow Jones Industrial has given us a 3-wave pullback as well, even though the C is a bit longer than the A. That's acceptable, it's within the guidelines. Now we are looking for this to do that. Consolidate the current levels and make a push to the upside. That is what we're expecting on the Dow Jones Industrial. Transportation. Okay, right. Transportation. Now, incidentally here, this one has got a shorter leg C. That's also acceptable within the guidelines. We're looking for this one to make a continuation to the upside as forecasted. 1, 2. Looks like we're in the third wave here. We can get a pullback here and continue to the upside as far as the Dow Jones Transportation is concerned. Right, let's have a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ textbook 3-wave pullback and continuation to the upside. 1, 2, 3. We are currently here. We're starting with the move to the upside with 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for this one to break up higher and into the recent highs. That is the NASDAQ continuation to the upside. Let's see if we've got a continuation pattern here on the 1 hour. 1 hour is not showing us much. This is consolidation here, not the clearest of structures, but we're looking for that to continue to the upside. That is the NASDAQ UK 100. Now the UK 100 is a structure that you need to look at here. 1 hour, you can have this complex corrective structure as follows. Let me do this with yellow so you can see clearly. 1, 1, 2, 3. So we can have this one pulling back here and making a continuation to the upside, and that will be this ABC corrective structure here, and then we'll look for more upside. That is the UK 100. The DAX So look at the DAX. DAX has already made a 3-wave pullback here as far as the 1 hour is concerned. It's already pushing to the upside. We can consolidate here and look for continuation to the upside. We're already starting a move with an impulse with 5 waves, 1, 2, 3. We're looking for this to go to the 5th wave here. So if you look at the bigger structure as far as the DAX is concerned, we've completed the corrective structure. The bigger corrective structure as follows. So this is the bigger corrective structure here. 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for the DAX to make a push to the upside. After these 5 waves, we're going to expect a corrective structure here and for this to continue up higher. Okay, so that is the DXY. We already have the WXY corrective structure there. Okay, we're looking for this one to start the move to the upside accordingly. Right, so that is the DAX and the Nikkei. Let's have a look at the Nikkei. Let's get the Nikkei to load here. Let's reload here. Right, so this is the Nikkei. So the Nikkei is showing us it's showing us a pullback here. Let's look at the bigger structure first on the Nikkei, what we're expecting here. So there are 2 ways that this is playing out as. Firstly, we're looking at this one to be giving us this structure. 3 waves down, 3 waves up, and we're looking for this one to give us a possibility of a 3 waves to the downside as well. So these 3 waves will be as follows: 3 down here. You already have the 3 in yellow. 1, 2, 3. There's a possibility we get that 1 down, and this will give us a WXY corrective structure on the Nikkei. We currently here, we're looking for this to make 1 more down and make a push to the upside. There's a possibility of this structure. Look out for that. All right, so that is the Nikkei and what we'll be looking at in the new week. Nifty, simply making a corrective structure there. We're going to be looking for this one to give us a 3-wave corrective structure, a deeper one, and then we'll look for this to make a continuation to the upside into the new week. That's all for today, guys. As far as the Forex commodities and the indices are concerned, for the crypto webinar, you can check it out on the channel, and we'll be doing that live immediately after this. Have a great week, everybody. Cheers. Bye-bye.